Ever wondered how to make authentic homemade tostadas? That's right, we're talking about those crispy, flavorful delights that are a staple in Mexican cuisine. Born from the heart of Mexico, tostadas have been charming taste buds for centuries with their unique blend of textures and flavors. They are a testament to the inventiveness of Mexican cooks who, rather than throwing away stale tortillas, decided to fry them to a crisp and use them as a base for a variety of toppings. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of tostadas. We'll guide you through the process of making them from scratch, right in the comfort of your own kitchen. And because we believe in the beauty of variety, we're not just stopping at one version. Oh no, we're going to show you how to whip up not one but two delicious versions of this classic dish. One with succulent shredded chicken, and another that's entirely vegan, so there's something for everyone. Making tostadas is not just about the end result, it's about the journey, the process, and the joy that comes from creating something delicious with your own two hands. It's about the sizzle of the chicken, the aroma of the spices, and the crunch of the freshly fried tortilla. It's about the vibrant colors of the fresh vegetables, the creaminess of the refried beans, and the tang of the salsa. But don't worry, we won't leave you hanging. We'll also show you how to serve these mouth-watering tostadas. Whether you're planning a family dinner, a quiet night in, or a grand fiesta, we'll give you tips on how to present your creations in the most appetizing way. So whether you're a seasoned cook or a beginner in the kitchen, this journey into the intriguing world of tostadas is for you. Are you ready to dive into the delicious world of tostadas? Stick around! Mastering tostadas starts with understanding the ingredients. Now let's talk about the heroes of our culinary adventure. For the shredded chicken tostadas, you will need chicken breasts, lime, garlic, onion, and a blend of spices like cumin, paprika, and oregano. The chicken provides a high protein base, while the lime, garlic, and spices infuse it with a zesty, aromatic flavor. The onion adds a sweet crunch, rounding off the textural experience. For our vegan friends, we swap the chicken for black beans and corn. These are not only rich in fiber and essential nutrients, but also bring a hearty texture and taste to the table. To elevate the flavor, we'll use avocado, lime, and a medley of spices. The avocado adds creaminess, the lime brings a tangy edge, and the spices tie everything together. With these ingredients, you're one step closer to creating your masterpiece. Creating the perfect tostada begins with the base, and that's what we're doing today. The base, the tostada shell, is the heart and soul of this dish. It's where the crunch comes from. It's what holds all the delicious fillings together. It's what makes a tostada a tostada. To start off, you'll need some corn tortillas. The traditional way of making tostada shells is by using corn tortillas, not flour. Corn tortillas have that distinct flavor and texture that's pivotal to the overall taste of your tostada. Now let's get to the cooking process. You have a couple of options here. You can either bake or fry your tortillas. If you want a healthier option, go for baking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightly brush each side of the tortilla with oil, arrange them in a single layer on a baking sheet, and pop them in the oven. After about 10 to 15 minutes, or once they've turned golden and crispy, take them out and let them cool. On the other hand, if you're after that authentic deep-fried crunch, then frying is the way to go. Heat some oil in a pan, enough to submerge the tortilla, and once it's hot, carefully slide in the tortilla. Let it fry until it's crispy and golden brown, which usually takes around 2 minutes per side. Remember to drain them on paper towels to get rid of excess oil. Whether you choose to bake or fry, the key is to achieve that golden crispy texture. This gives the tostada its signature crunch and makes it sturdy enough to hold the fillings. It's that delightful crunch that makes every bite of the tostada an experience to savor. So there, you have it. You've just made your own tostada shells. It's not rocket science, but it does require a bit of patience and attention. But believe me, the result is well worth the effort. Now that you have your tostada shells, it's time to prepare the fillings. And that's what we'll be doing in the next part of this series. So stick around, and let's continue on this journey to create the perfect homemade tostadas. Scene script, let's bring some protein into the play. It's time for the shredded chicken filling. Now, the shredded chicken filling is where the magic truly happens. It's where the flavors come together to give you that succulent, juicy bite that makes a tostada truly irresistible. Let's dive right in and see how it's done. First things first, we're going to need a couple of chicken breasts. You could also use thighs if you prefer, but breasts tend to shred more easily and give a more uniform texture. Pop those chicken breasts into a pot of boiling water, and let them cook until they're no longer pink in the middle. This should take about 20 to 25 minutes. While the chicken is cooking, let's talk about seasoning. The beauty of shredded chicken is that it's like a blank canvas. It soaks up whatever flavors you throw at it. For our tostadas, we're going to use a mix of traditional Mexican spices, cumin, chili powder, and oregano. If you want to kick up the heat, you could also add in a little cayenne pepper. Once the chicken is cooked, remove it from the pot and let it cool for a few minutes. This is important. If you try to shred the chicken while it's still hot, you'll end up with a mess on your hands, and we don't want that. Now comes the fun part. Shredding the chicken. There are a few different ways to do this, but our favorite method is to use 2 forks. Simply hold the chicken breast with one fork and use the other to pull the meat apart. It's a bit of a workout, but the result is perfectly shredded chicken that's ready to soak up all those delicious spices. Once you've shredded all the chicken, it's time to season it. Toss the shredded chicken with your spice mix, making sure every piece is well coated. Then return the chicken to the pot, add a little bit of the cooking water, and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. This will help the flavors meld together and give your shredded chicken that authentic Mexican taste. And there you have it, shredded chicken filling that's packed with flavor and ready to be piled high on your tostadas. It's a simple process, but it makes a world of difference in the final product. So take your time, enjoy the process, and most importantly, have fun with it. Cooking is as much about the journey as it is about the destination. With your shredded chicken ready, you're halfway through the tostada journey. For our plant-loving friends, let's assemble a hearty vegan filling. Making a vegan filling for tostadas is like creating a symphony of flavors and textures. It's all about balance, ensuring that each ingredient has a chance to shine, while also harmoniously blending together. We'll start with the base of our filling, refried beans. They're a staple of Mexican cuisine, and for good reason. They're hearty, protein-packed, and full of flavor. To make them, you'll need to simmer pinto beans until they're tender, then mash them up with some garlic, onion, and a pinch of cumin. The result is a creamy, savory mash that's the perfect foundation for our vegan tostada. Next up, we have our veggies. Now, you can use any veggies you like, but for an authentic Mexican feel, we're going with bell peppers, tomatoes, and onions. Sauté them in a bit of olive oil until they're tender, but still have some bite. This will add a nice crunch to our tostada. For a bit of heat, we're going to add some jalapenos. Chop them up finely. Remember to remove the seeds if you're not a fan of spice, and toss them in with the veggies. Now to balance out the heat, we're going to add some sweetness with corn. You can use fresh, canned, or frozen corn, whatever you have on hand. Just make sure to heat it through before adding it to the mix. Finally, we're going to add some chopped avocado for creaminess and some fresh cilantro for a burst of freshness. These 2 ingredients are what take our filling from good to great, adding that final touch of richness and brightness that makes a tostada truly special. Once everything is mixed together, season it with salt and pepper and give it a taste. Adjust the seasoning if necessary. Remember, this is your tostada, so make it how you like it. And there you have it, an array of flavors and textures all packed into one delicious filling. It's hearty, it's flavorful, and it's 100% vegan. Your vegan filling is now ready to be savored. Now comes the most exciting part, assembling your tostadas. Let's start with the base, our crispy tostada shells. You want to make sure they're nice and sturdy to hold up all the delightful ingredients we're about to pile on top. For our shredded chicken version, begin by spreading a layer of refried beans on the tostada shell. This acts as an adhesive, holding the other ingredients in place. Next, pile on the savory shredded chicken we prepared earlier. Don't be shy, the more the merrier. Now sprinkle on some shredded lettuce for a refreshing crunch. Layer diced tomatoes for a burst of juicy sweetness. Top it off with a sprinkle of crumbled queso fresco and a dollop of sour cream for that creamy finish. Feeling adventurous? Add some sliced jalapenos for an extra kick. For our vegan friends, we've got a delicious alternative. Start with a layer of mashed avocado, a creamy and nutritious base. Then pile on the sautéed bell peppers and onions, adding a sweet and savory element. Sprinkle on some black beans for a dose of protein. Add diced tomatoes, shredded lettuce, and top it off with a sprinkle of vegan cheese. For added flavor, drizzle some vegan sour cream or your favorite salsa. Now let's talk about variations. Tostadas are incredibly versatile. You can switch up the proteins, think grilled shrimp, marinated tofu, or even some slow-cooked pulled pork. Play around with the veggies too. Roasted corn, pickled onions, or a tangy slaw could all add a unique twist. As for serving suggestions, tostadas make for a fantastic main course, but they're also perfect for sharing. Arrange them on a large platter and let everyone dig in. They're an excellent choice for parties, game nights, or any gathering where finger food is the order of the day. If you're serving them as a main course, pair your tostadas with a side of Mexican rice or a simple salad. A refreshing beverage like a tangy margarita or a cool horchata would complement the flavors beautifully. Remember, the beauty of tostadas lies in their versatility. There are no hard and fast rules. It's all about layering flavors and textures that you love. So go ahead, get creative, and make these tostadas your own. And there you have it, your homemade tostadas ready to enjoy. Let's take a moment to recap our tostada adventure. Today, we delved into the rich, vibrant world of tostadas, a culinary gem straight from the heart of Mexican tradition. We explored every nook and cranny of this dish, from the crispy tostada base to the flavorful fillings, leaving no stone unturned. We kicked off our journey with the tostada base, a crucial component that lays the foundation for our dish. We learned how to craft the perfect base with just the right balance of crunch and flavor. The secret, as we discovered, lies in the careful frying of our corn tortilla, transforming it into a golden, crispy delight. Next, we ventured into the realm of shredded chicken filling, a classic choice for tostada lovers. We took our time marinating the chicken, cooking it to perfection, and then pulling it apart to create tender, juicy shreds that melt in your mouth. We then tossed these shreds in a flavorful sauce, adding a burst of spice and tanginess that takes the chicken to a whole new level. But we didn't stop there. We also explored the world of vegan fillings, proving that tostadas can be just as delicious without any meat. We assembled a vibrant mix of beans, veggies, and spices, creating a filling that is as wholesome as it is tasty. The key here is to pack in as much flavor as possible, ensuring that every bite is a taste explosion. And finally, we brought it all together, assembling our tostada with precision and care. We layered our fillings on the crispy base, added a dollop of creamy guacamole, and finished it off with a sprinkle of cheese and a squeeze of lime. The result? A tostada that is a feast for the eyes and the palate. Thank you for joining in this culinary journey. Until next time, happy tostada making.